Hey, welcome to ONV Respect the Game. Welcome back to this wonderful program. We have a special guest today that
I wouldn't call him so
I was
special.
finna say, he's special, but he ain't special.
We
She
did.
went with not special. I was gonna say not a guest. Y'all really
Right,
dogging my
right.
man.
Neither one.
Okay.
But I
Dang.
appreciate
right,
it.
you
So
right.
we're gonna start this all over again. We got our formal, our he's still part of the family,
Right.
and welcome back. I see you got in your seat, so
Right,
you knew
right,
you knew where to
right,
go.
Right.
Let's welcome Mark Muhammad to the set, and glad to see you back, brother.
Glad to be back. Glad to be among good people, man.
Yes, sir.
Even though I haven't been here, I watch you all the time because you always send me
Yeah.
the link and stuff. It's
Appreciate
been
that,
pretty
Mark.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
So we brought you on because we had two of your sons on the set, man, and it was such a beautiful time with them, and we said, hey, the best thing to do is bring dad on the set and let him know where the entrepreneur
Started.
came from,
Mhm.
and I was glad the way they presented it to the community, and letting them know that it was dad who got them going. So welcome back, my brother.
Thank you.
We're gonna get this started by you go ahead and let the people know what you've been doing since you've been away from that seat over there.
Okay. I mean, the first of all, thanks for having me here again, and y'all definitely are family to me,
Yeah.
and I know a couple of y'all was cracking on me. She cracked on me when I came back, so I said, "Hey, I'm back with the family."
yeah.
But the same thing, nothing changed. Every day is a grind. For everybody, and including myself.
Yeah.
You know, my concept in life as far as grinding and stuff, and me and you talked about this a couple times. The motor that I have and the way I think, and as long as God bless me, I don't think I'm gonna ever retire
Yeah.
because I just can't sit there. It's the beautiful thing about life is that I learned in my life is helping other people. That for real bring joy to me, and I don't need a pat on my back. I don't need a trophy for it or whatever. It's just to know you're helping other people. So, and that just spills over to what I do with the college kids and stuff with Headeus Maximum. It's different things I help them with, whether it's contract negotiation with the NIL deals. A few of them, I got them out of their contract. They actually play for the University of Alabama. Connecting them with training. Sometimes they just call me and talk about real life.
Yeah.
Whether their girlfriends, a few of them have sons, one of them have a daughter, and I'm really not doing nothing other people are not doing, and I learn from everybody, and I just take what I like about somebody else's work ethics or whatever, and I just incorporate it into what I do.
Okay.
So y'all for quiet over there, so I'm gonna keep it going. And can you tell us about the beautiful thing that you do with the college players, taking them to do the training to get them prepared for, the different levels of where they at right now?
Right. Definitely what I love to do is recruiting, talking to the guys, whether it's through IG, whether it's on a direct phone call.
Recruiting for what, I guess, like
Recruiting for my company, Headeus Maximum.
Okay.
What we do is business management, business advisement,
okay.
and visiting these guys on campus or at their homes, in their dorms, and sometimes their parents' homes.
Is it primarily college students that you focus
Yes,
on? Okay,
yes,
so
yes,
no
yes.
younger generation jumping into college.
They're local.
Okay.
They're local, and they're usually connected with traction.
Okay.
So
With
but
right now.
yeah, but my main niche is the college guys and specifically the college guys who are on the NFL radar. So I learned that from Eugene Parker. If I'm gonna do something, because this is business, you know, I gotta do it with the clientele I know will help my brand, help my business. Not only that, I help their brand and help them out business wise. So yeah, so it's on the college level definitely, and I love to do that. You know, it's once again, I'm excited about this upcoming season because I got 20 guys, right? Now, all of them, I'm not their business advisor or manager.
So you got other people under you, or like how is this structured?
Right now, it's just me.
Just you.
I just have a network, a small network of people. I got a couple agents that I'm familiar with. You know, beginning with my son and Roosevelt Barnes, Javon Barnes, but that's not all. You know, I got a guy that's in Clutch Sports. I got somebody in Young Money. Okay. And also with financial advisors. So what I do is I connect them with, first of all, I vet them out. So you gotta pass my test first before you have access to anybody that I'm associated with because
how you vetting them out? I'm trying to understand, like, how you just asking a series of questions, or you
I know what questions to ask.
Okay.
I know what questions. A lot of people don't know what questions to ask. See, when college guys meet agents or financial advisors, all of them sound alike. All of them become salesmen. But have you ever asked an agent? Have you ever lost a client? See, the agent know what to ask them, huh?
Yeah, you're right.
Have you ever lost a client? Why did you lose a client? You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Okay. And then I know the industry is smaller than what you think. Really? Everybody knows everybody. Okay. So once you get to knowing people and networking, you hear little things or whatever, and then, you know how to carry a conversation to get that information you need out. So that's how I vet people out. And then and all I need is a handful of people. I don't have to know everybody. I just have to know good people. Okay. So that's what I do, you know. So, and everybody I get, like, say, like, if they want a agent, I don't always direct them or refer my son because that might not be a good fit for them.
You feel like that's biased too?
I feel like I'm not doing the best for that client. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because if it's an agent over here that's better fit than my son, then because I'm working for that client, you know, and you know, and that's what it is. So
that actually helps with your credit. Your
right.
You're willing to say, hey, now my son, you know, most people that's the first thing they want to say is he's steering people to the sun. Right. But if you can say, hey, no, this goes over here, that speaks volumes.
Right. And me and him had that conversation. He understands just on what you just said, JJ. I said I'm not gonna send everybody to you because I wouldn't be serving them right. So he's cool with that, but don't get it twisted now. Don't quit. I'm gonna help my son out. Don't get it twisted because he's good people, and I know his heart is good.
So can people come to you? Like I know you said you kind of reached out and got these 20, you know, new people that you got coming. But like, say I found out about your, like, is there a way? Like, if I was like, man, I hear you really doing good things.
Yeah, send on over.
Oh, okay.
That helped me out. And see, and just what Jay was saying, once, just like this summer we was in Atlanta, and one of my Alabama guys, he was with his girlfriend, right? And we're driving from the lake house to the facility. And he said, man, you know, I've been knowing you ever since I was a freshman. See, when he was a freshman, he was hurt. He was on the little scooter thing, right? And him and J.C. Latham was roommate. That's how I met him because that's when I first started working with J.C. Latham. So he was looking at me and I was looking at him, right? We just looking at each other. He a freshman, unproven, or what? But I didn't know he was the beast he is. I just felt his energy. Yeah. And from there, me and him started bonding. I got his phone number or whatever. But he says, look, he said, I've been knowing you for 3 years. And he said, everybody know you. See, I didn't know. I know some of the guys know me. He said everybody, the older guys. He said everybody knows. He said I never heard anything bad about you. Yeah. He said that's why I'm here with you right now.
Yeah.
So a good name go far and stuff. And then just to be at the University of Alabama in Nick Saban country, because Nick Saban controls that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if I had a bad name, that would have been shut down on me. But I never met Nick Saban, but he's the man down there, though, for real.
So how'd you get hooked in with Alabama? And how does that work? I mean, because like you said, people guard their athletes and they're very protective.
Yeah.
So how do you get onto a campus or, other than, I mean, obviously I had to start somewhere. I get it now, because like you said, I'm going to tell if we teammates and it's going to trickle down. But how did you get your start? How did you get your foot in the door at these schools?
It's through the teachings of the Old Testament and the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah. God is in us.
Yeah.
That's all I had to know, is God was in me. So if I knew God was in me, there's no door that was going to be closed to me that I couldn't get in some kind of way. And that's how I got in. I said I'm going to start at the University of Alabama and Ohio State, and that's where I started with Craig Young at Ohio State, and he introduced me to players. I went to Alabama. I met a guy named Donnie Lee. Donnie Lee introduced me to Javion Cohen. Javion Cohen is a rookie right now for Cleveland, and from there, I met J.C. Latham. I met Tim Smith. It started rolling in Alabama and stuff. And all them guys want to know, and I met them face to face. I said, I want to meet you face to face, eye to eye, feel your energy, you feel my energy, and we meet like men. And that's how it happened right there.
So you're an actual sports agent, or?
I'm not an agent.
Oh, okay.
I'm just a business advisor.
A business advisor,
right?
Okay.
When you're an entrepreneur, right, like you are, you become creative. So you create whatever you need to do what you got to do. Okay. So I don't just go with something they want you to play this role or play that role. Right. You know what I'm saying? I have a master's degree. I can be an agent. There's been some guys who want me to be the agent, but
you like that, ain't you?
I don't like rules.
Right, and it's rules to be.
It's rules to be. I want to play in the gray.
Okay, I like it, man.
Yeah.
Now, I know that I have traveled with you to different places, and I've seen the energy that the players, the parents, the community, I've seen how they embraced you. I've seen it personally. And can you talk about the how people have taken you into their their program and pushing you out there even farther and bigger?
It's to be honest, it's really the same energy you have, she have, JJ have. See, it's no coincidence I sent my sons to you. See what I'm saying? I wasn't around, but I knew they was all right. I knew they was going to be taught right. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I knew that energy was going to be right. I knew if anything was wrong, you was going to call and you was going to speak the truth. Yeah. Same with JJ, Al, and Bruce. You see what I'm saying? And I think Dre told y'all, I selectively put them around certain people. I pick and choose who I pick, and you got to do that. Those are your children. Yeah. So with that energy, and we was in Detroit at Deshaun Lee's house, and you see how his uncle was quick. He wanted to know what I was about. And once they know you really mean good, and see, here's the thing, I don't make no money. Yeah, that's what blow their mind. They be like, no, it's something to this. Yeah, you doing this and you don't make no money.
Sound too good.
Yeah. But this is what I tell every one of them, and this is real. I say, this is the area where I'm recruiting my future clients on the pro level. I said, I'm investing in you, but I'm betting on myself, and I know I'm going to win because I know who I am.
That's real talk, because I heard it.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I have. I mean, it's just amazing that, it's not amazing because, when you trust God to lead you and to take you places, you standing on some strong shoulders.
Right. Right. And that's what I take. I take God.
Yeah.
I take people who believe in God. You don't have to just be a Muslim. You don't have to just be a Christian or whatever. If you got the energy of God. Yeah. Because see, in this lifetime, we think God is so narrow that he only blesses people of our belief. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But God bigger than that. Yeah. 6 + 1 is what? 7. Okay. 5 + 2 is what?
7.
4 + 3 is what?
7.
So it was different. It was different formulas got to the same place, right?
Gotcha.
So that's all I do. I just get around people with God, and you notice this too. The guys that I choose are good energy guys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They positive guys.
That's why you got to vet them out. Like
right. I got to vet them out. And Eugene Parker, taught me this. I used to, on some of my recruitment trips, I used to hit the road and whatever, and I'll call Eugene, be like, hey, you interested in whatever. And then from there, we used to have conversations, and it'll go away from sports, and we'll be talking about real life. So, and it really be like a big brother, younger brother talk. You know what I'm saying? But younger brother be putting some Jews too, so it wasn't just me listening.
Yeah.
So do you do any other sports? I hear you say football. Football is your main priority and focus, or?
No, I do any sports, but on the business level, I love football because there's more numbers in football. The roster is bigger or whatever. Basketball is more tricky because you remember I'm trying to get clients that I'm a work for on the pro level. See what I'm saying? So football give me those numbers. Plus I understand football. I know I can, like, I started working with J.C. Latham when he was a freshman. I can see his talent, but yet I'm in the locker room. What I mean by that is I got enough athletes that talk to me, and they always tell me the next man up. Yeah. And why he the next man up. That's why this year I got Jaden Roberts. And he the strongest man on Alabama football team.
Yeah.
Now, how old is Headeus Maximus? Because you keep referencing Eugene.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's been around that long, or what was your role? What was your connection with Eugene?
Well, my connection with Eugene, other than us growing up under him in the neighborhood, is I recruited and signed Tracy Porter, Tracy Porter was the cornerback for New Orleans who intercepted the football from Peyton Manning and then took it to the house. I signed him with Maximum Sports. Then it was 2 guys from Alex McGee, and it was 2 more from Purdue that I signed with Roosevelt Barnes, and I think it was might have been 2 more and stuff. So that's when I was doing that, because how I got Tracy Porter is because me and James Hardy. See, I hear a lot of James Hardy stories, right? But it don't bother me, but what people leave out is when James was in college, me and James was like this. We talked every day. You know what I'm saying? James was driving a green Jag at IU. That was my Jag, right? So with him, I got to understand the sports on the college level, on the football, and I got to understand how to recruit along with Eugene and Rose.
Chess, man.
Speaking of chess, that's how this name came about.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let me tell you this quick story. So back when I was in college, on the weekends, I used to go to the halfway house where the inmates coming back into the community, and I used to play chess.
Wow.
Right, this was my routine. Like before I do my homework for college and stuff, you know, I do chess because that'll get my mind going, give me a cup of coffee, whatever. And they was kicking my butt so bad because you know they come from the pen. That's
all they do.
That's Chessmate University. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I took a whole bunch of L. So I used to try to hype myself up before I go in there. So, but I used to bring them down. They used to love me coming there. So I called myself Headeus Maximum. That's where the name comes from. I said, and this is where the Headeus Maximum come from. It was just a made up name. I said, I got a big forehead. I'm always rational. I said, I got a big forehead, so therefore I got the capacity to learn the maximum whatever. So I just, you know, so moving, and this was like in 1996. Fast forwarding it to 2016, Muhammad Ali died. I was in Chicago, and somebody yelled across the street, Headeus Maximum, Headeus Maximum. And I'm having an inner body experience. I'm like, that's my word. You know, I made that up. You know, so I looked across the street downtown, and there was a brother that used to be in the halfway house that I played. Right. So on the way home, I said, man, I'm gonna do something with that. I'm gonna create a non-for-profit and call it Headeus Maximum. Now check this out. This is why I told you earlier. This was from God. Because this was made up, you know. So I used to try to do podcasts at home, and then I used to study my podcast and say, where can I get better at? And there was some subliminal was popping out, right? But I couldn't catch on. This was like 2016. So 2018, I seen apparently what God wanted me to see. Check this out. In the word Headeus, the first two letters spell what?
He.
The next three spell what?
A.
The last two spell what? To the maximum.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, then.
A tear came out my eye. I said, man.
Said I've been calling myself this?
Yeah, I've been calling myself, but it's bigger than me.
Yeah,
you know, it's bigger than me. Now the golden flame, I did come up with that, and I got the golden flame from my favorite when I was a Christian. Okay. I'm an Old Testament Christian. You know, when I was a Christian, my favorite song was "This Little Light of Mine." I'ma let it shine. That's where the golden flame represents the champion inside each and every one of us. Yeah. That's that God in us.
Yeah. Okay, look at you.
That's crazy.
Now that's funny. You said it all comes together. Now we're gonna go back because I know. Look, you refer to yourself as when you was Mark Masterson versus where you at right now, and we didn't use the word. We didn't clean it up. Entrepreneurial. So you an entrepreneur. That spirit that you have. You know, a lot of people don't know. I want you to take us back to when you was Mark Masterson. when did it click and how things changed? Because, I mean, hey, you had group homes. You had home health. I mean, you've been doing it. People don't know, too. I mean, you well-read. And, you know, the adage, they tell you if you want to hire something for somebody black, you put it in a book. You the first guy. Hey, you would sit down. You gonna read. You gonna get a book.
They better not hide it in the book because I'm gonna find it.
You learning it. You learning.
Yeah.
So go ahead and break that down.
Well, and this is for everybody. And first of all, I'm gonna start it off to say I'm not perfect. I got faults. I continue to work on my faults. But back when I was Mark Masters, you know, in our teaching, I'm pretty sure they teach it in the church. I know they teach it in the mosque. You know, you gotta let that old dude die for the one God really want to come out you to live. They can't live in the same space. You know, so Mark Masterson, I'm gonna tell you can watch the movie Antoine Fisher. Yeah. So Antoine Fisher, when matter of fact, my wife watched that and she said, "That's you." I was adopted when right out of birth, but I was adopted by my own family. I still was raised on the side of my family, but abandonment issues and what I want to say, I didn't value myself as much, you know, because back then it wasn't like now. I'll probably just fit in, but back then a lot of people was with their own family. You know, I can be at school and I'm looking at everybody and I'm like, they going home to their real family. Even though where I was, I knew I was loved. So I had anger issues. You know what I'm saying? So me and him might have hung all day, and it always came out in sports. That's why I used to hate to lose. If I hate to lose, it just make me feel more depressed or even least value. So that's when I used to lash out. Now I wasn't no criminal in the street, but I did hang with some. I did hang with some, and if I didn't have the speed I had, I'll probably have a record. So but when I had children, you know, and my favorite song is from New Edition, from Boys and Men. As you grow older and if you have God and if you've been raised in that foundation, you'll start maturing without you knowing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Dre said he remembered me late at night studying and everything. You see what I'm saying? So those are the things I did. I started to search for God. I was like, who is God? You know I believe. You know, what you want me to do or what do I need to do to be a better person, because I wasn't happy for myself. I watched Baby Boy.
You watched all the movies.
I fit that character. Like, you know, like not living up to who you could be or whatever, depending on everybody, you know, and pointing the blame on other people. So and I'm just gonna keep it real. Who set me straight was Minister Farrakhan. You know, once you among that brotherhood, it ain't no excuses. You'll stop doing this and this is start doing this. And from that point on, I was like, if I want my children, if you really love your children, you want your children to be better than you, whatever. And so in order for me to do that, I never believe in do what I say, not what I do. I don't believe in that. If you want somebody to do what you say, you need to do it. You see what I'm saying? You got to set the example. So that's what I strive to do. You talking about Mark Masterson, one of the hardest things I had to do. One day we was at the Y. I had Dre and I had one of my other sons. And that anger came out. And this was with a teammate, right? And the hardest thing I had to do was walk away when I wanted to fight. Because they was there watching. You know, so I'm showing them
it's okay to walk away.
It's okay to walk away.
Man.
I'm showing them, and it was hard to do. I was
hard.
Driving home, talking to myself and everything, you know, like, ooh. But good, to evolve, but you know, it just wasn't me. It started with me, but it started like even with JJ, being around JJ. Like JJ, when I first met him, that was my dude. That was my little dude right there. He can hoop.
Right.
He was clean cut and stuff and everything, and he just had the right demeanor, the right spirits. Yourself, you know, always try to get around people I can learn that good energy people and everything. So it just wasn't me. It was other people too that was examples for me.
But that's funny you say that, because I know, hey, coming up, and I'm going to tell y'all, for y'all that don't know, we all know the story of Debo, and you know Debo, right? They wasn't tucking chains or nothing, but when Mark Masterson came around, then, hey, the whole mood was going to change. But for whatever reason, like I said, he always, hey, you running with me? You know, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know.
And we winning.
So he would pick me up, but I mean, like he said, he had anger issues. You know it's going to be something. And
at least he was on your team, though.
Yeah, them days. I'm just telling you, the whole complexion of the park changed. I mean, yeah, like I said, I've always been cool for whatever reason, but I'm just telling you, it ain't go that way for everybody. But what a story that I always tell you know, I came back to Fort Wayne in '92. And that's when I think around, you know, he had changed and everybody, he was going into the group home business. And I was in juvenile probation at the time and doing placement. So, you know, he was trying to get off the ground. And he's going to different people, you know, trying to get help. And he's like, man, you know, guys, you know, shut the door in his face or not following through. They being, you know, smiling in your face, but not following through type of deal.
Right.
We were down at the Y one day because, I mean, you know, and he telling me a spill, and I'm listening like, okay, well, this okay. So we was at the Y, and another known guy who has anger issues is going off, talking about what he gonna do to it, but this, that, the other. And I'm like, oh, Lord, it's about to, they about to tear this part up.
Yeah.
He walked away from the dude. I was sitting on the picnic table. He walked down there. He said, my man talking about, he gonna do this, that, the other to me. Man, Jay, like I'm gonna be here when he get back. I said, what?
Yeah,
I mean,
talking about he gonna shoot. I'm gonna wait for you to do that, huh?
Yeah, he was gonna go home and get this, that, the other. But I was like, his response had a great impact on me. And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, from that point on, that's what I told him. I said, man, I got you. Whatever you need. And he'll tell you. I mean, I look out, you know, the back channels, getting, you know, keeping him informed, looking out any way that I could, because I knew that this man was real with it.
Because when you in business, nobody's gonna do business with Mark Masterson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're gonna do business with Mark Muhammad because that's two different people. You know, so
that's crazy.
Had to feed the family. You know.
Well, I also know, you know, back in that time, you know, that when you was doing them group homes, man, you touched a lot of lives. You touched a lot of young people's lives, even today, that you still is in their lives.
Right.
You know, and they grown men.
Right.
You know, and they respect you to, you know, what you did for them that others would refuse to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you never turn your back on these young people. And I say that to say this, man, that you got a big heart for our community. You embrace them, and you do the things to really make a difference in people's lives, man. And I think that's so huge, you know, that you need to get your flowers while you're here and really understand the impact that you make in our community, man. I want you to continue to do that.
Appreciate it. And I'm going to give props to everybody who was a part of the group home. It was just wasn't me. It was a family, a staff, like I said. We had some good brothers in that program, and JJ and John Ray, they definitely was supportive. And I probably couldn't have got it off the ground or whatever without those two supporting the program. So big props to them.
Yeah.
You taking us out, Brian Gumble? Go ahead.
There you go again. Well, listen, man, I really appreciate you, cuz, for coming on the set and being a part of this beautiful set, man. And like I say, like we always talk, it ain't always about sports, you know, that we try to get across to the community to make sure that somebody's story can help you become great or you got dreams that you could do. You know, I just want to say God is good, and he does a great job with us.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for being a part.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure, my man.
Pleasure.
Likewise.